Hello and welcome to Cbus Super Stadium on the Gold Coast. The Titans looking to bounce back from that embarrassing showing at home to the Broncos last weekend. They're 8 points out of the 8 with 8 games to go, and they take on the Roosters, who have the incentive of going into the top 4 if they can go home with 2 points tonight. They're led by Jake Friend tonight with no Boyd Cordner, and it's a significant night for Jake Friend as well. He's into equal 5th on the all-time games chart with the Roosters, alongside some illustrious names, Craig Fitzgibbon and Kevin Hastings. Here comes the home team, a 6-10 record right now. And of the 5 players from these clubs involved on Wednesday night in Origin, one of them backs up. That's Jared Wallace. This guy missed out on Origin, of course.
Well, he didn't. He had a disappointing game last week against the Broncos, Ash Taylor. Probably tried a little too hard, but if you have a look at what he's done for the Gold Coast so far this year, leads the league coming into this round for try assists. He'll need a big game. Wins at home have been rare for the Gold Coast Titans, only 2 this season. And, well, semis might be a long shot, but they need to win here in front of their home fans. And Sean O'Sullivan on debut for the Roosters, replacing Cooper Cronk at halfback.
19-year-old Sean O'Sullivan. Dad Peter was the recruitment manager at the Roosters. He's now at the Warriors. Blake Ferguson coming around the corner to kick things off in our final game, a late one on a Sunday evening from the Gold Coast. And immediately they go right up through the middle to the Titans. And that is Fonawaker, who comes into the starting lineup for Garth Brennan's side. Kevin Proctor over on the right edge. Pete's into dummy half. Working it down the short side. Branko Lee is the right centre tonight. Conrad Hurrell, we're also used to seeing him playing a right centre role. He's over on the left, replacing Copley. Now it's James' turn. Turns 27 later this week. And here is the man backing up from Origin duty. Jared Wallace redeemed himself in Game 3 after different showings in the first 2 games. James, the chaser, is called out of that inside the 10. And as a result, there's no penalty. He just pulled out in the nick of time.
Yeah, one of the changes, Blake Ferguson to play fullback with no James Tedesco. He did that earlier in the year against the West Tigers, Ferguson. Did some good things. He's been remarkable this season for them. Most runs and most metres in the NRL.
Friend, the dummy half. Taukeaho, starting front rower, alongside Warrior Hargreaves. Under pressure for his first kick in the NRL was O'Sullivan, but he got it past Nathan Peets, who was putting the pressure on.
Well, they struggled in that set then, the Roosters. They only made 20 metres before it was tackle 5, and you're right, there was pressure on O'Sullivan. His first kick in his first-grade career.
Neil Henry alongside us in the commentary box. Conrad Hurrell at left centre. How will he fare?
Yeah, not used to being on that left side of the field, but he's a strong carrier of the ball. I'm sure he'll look to get up the field in the yardage sets.
They're working it down that short side. Copley out for the season with that hamstring. Played by Matthews. Now Fonawaker. 9th game in the NRL, and he's got the offload away. Brilliant stuff from the youngster. Pete's off the back of it. Elects to kick, giving his 5/8 one to chase, and Brimson was complaining about getting taken out there.
He might have been better just to pass the ball, Pete's, just to get it out to Brimson on that edge and let him have a go, and then if it closes down, allow him to kick the ball. And Ferguson really cleaned that up pretty easily. It's a good offload from Fonawaker.
Yeah, it's been a good start by the Titans. They've rolled down the field into good field position to put up a good bomb, and then you're right with that kick. It was a little bit in haste, I think. They really could have rolled in and put some more pressure on the Roosters' defensive line.
Again, forced the kick from deep, and they got in a little pickle. Don and Gordon, and the kick works out being a beauty. Right back into the in goal for Don to retrieve. Tracked down by Isaac Liu.
Well, they get out of the mistake by being awarded a penalty. Isaac Liu just too long on the tackle player. Here's the mix-up between the winger and fullback. Gordon and Anthony Don. But the penalty solved those problems. And the penalty was actually against Joseph Manu. That was just a flop. The tackle was completed. He just couldn't help himself.
Good strong stuff so far from Fotuaika. Injected into the starting 13. Taylor forced to take the tackle. He was looking for options. Now James, bit of ball playing for Brimson. Moved on quickly by Gordon. Almost a hospital pass for Hurrell. He did well to hold under pressure. Now Taylor for Wallace. Little flick, found Brimson. He's kicking with a couple of tackles up their sleeve. Another interesting play selection.
Now, it's never ideal when a player looks up and he mightn't have anything on the outside, but the kick isn't always the option either. Just because you haven't got any space to run to or pass the ball and the defence is set, well, unless you know a kick's going to provide something, well, you're better off taking the tackle and waiting for the next play. They still had one up their sleeve.
Yeah, it's been a disappointing finish to a couple of sets for the Titans. They really had a couple of offloads in there.
Oh, he's knocked. Has he knocked
He's
out
going
on
to get
Jake
away
Friend?
with it, I think. They're going to say repack the scrum, are they, or not?
Boy, he would have been nervous then.
Yeah. Friend locking the scrum. O'Sullivan feeding it. Withdrawn from the New South Wales under-20 side midweek, Sean O'Sullivan. So he was slated for this game for a long time. Of course, Cooper Cronk back home with Tara Rushton, his wife, and our Fox Sports colleague, expecting the couple's first child in maybe the next few hours, who knows? Certainly the next few days, and we wish them well. As Maria Hargreaves earns a penalty for the Roosters as we check in with Matt Russell on the sideline.
Speaking of youngsters, Brendan, a beautiful evening for the debutantes ball tonight. All four first-timers have parents in the stadium, except that is for Paul Momorowski. His parents are travelling through Europe and probably watching on the Fox League app. We saw just before kickoff Greg Whitbread here to support son Jai and Brandy. You know Greg Whitbread well.
Well, I thought I knew the name, and then realised that I played his first. He was playing for the Bulldogs. I was playing for Penrith, and that was his debut game in 1986. Greg Whitbread.
His one and only game for the Dogs that year when they reached the grand final against Parramatta. Check in with him later. It's all Friend. Whacked. Great tackle. Out of the line quickly was Fotuaika. There's no error. They say 6 more for the Roosters.
Well, the Titans had a chance to clean that up, but just pushed it back to the Roosters. Good stuff from Fotuaika. Pressure on Jake Friend, who was a bit slow out of dummy half.
Momorowski into dummy half and moved it on quickly. Friend, Tauke Aho. Liu just had to pause before collecting the pass. O'Sullivan says, let's work it down the short side. And there's another penalty. They're racking up early.
Need quick on the line here. Need quick on the line.
Well, it certainly helped the Roosters get down this end of the field. A couple of penalties. They're set so far, and they've been able to get through 5. They've battled to make any sort of inroad. And they'll take the 2. There's Friend getting out from dummy half. Fotuaika. Good stuff from him, getting up quick and forcing the error. We just saw a Gold Coast Titan player slide to the ball. They should have cleaned that up. They pushed it back and gave the Roosters another set. And then early in that, the penalty was blown. They'll take the 2 and play from in front, you would think. Pretty easy one just to the right of the upright.
No Keegan Hipgrave, didn't recover from that concussion, so Matthews playing on the left edge, and he's given away that penalty. What do you make of the decision to go for 2 here, Neil?
Yeah, it's a bit of a strange one. They've had a bit of possession there. I think the Titans, well, they've wasted a few opportunities. They had good field position, put that kick up. They couldn't contest because Ryan James was called offside, and a couple of grubbers that went through that really weren't on. So they've wasted their ends to sets, but they've been rolling through the middle quite well. So a few offloads, but I think just to settle down the nerves and the new young players to the team, take the two and get possession.
He's only taken 4 shots at goal this season for the Roosters. Their regular kicker, Latrell Mitchell, among the absentees after his origin exertions. He's batting at 50% this year, 2 from 4 with the boot. Taukeaho, but he's a lot better than that throughout his career. Strokes at home for the opening points of the night. Roosters in front. And it could be a grind for them tonight, Brandy.
Well, it could be, Speedy. You know, with so many new players, of the 4 on debut tonight, there's 3 Roosters. And to go with their origin players that are missing, Cooper Cronk, Victor Radley, Mitch Orbison. If ever they wanted Mitch Orbison fit for a game, it's this one. He could have played second row and centre.
Brought back by the goal kicker. Just the 2 points in the opening 10 minutes. Oh, over the top was Wallace with real aggression. Niku Valu managed to avoid the major contacts. That looked suspect. The short ball from Friend. Touch judge gave it the all clear. The high stepping by Ria Hargreaves. Oof, out of the line quickly that time was Ryan James looking to put a shot on Butcher. Kick to come from Keary, who made his Roosters debut at this place. Round 1 last year, scored a couple of tries. They were 28-0 up at half-time. Now Gordon breaks free of a couple of tackles. Michael Gordon, who's been a try scorer in the last 3 games between these clubs. First one, the first 2 as a Rooster, the last one as a Titan.
He might be getting towards the back end of his career, but he's still a beautifully balanced runner, Michael Gordon. I saw him change directions a number of times there to make good yards for his team.
Matthews plays it for Peets, out in front of Brimson. Hung up for Taylor. Gordon joins in again to link with Don. He's going to be tackled on the 20. Branko Lee. Taylor fires one to Brimson. Trying to find his way through a hole. And he'll play it on the last. So 1 half out of play. They're signalling the last. They eventually get it to Taylor to kick. And it looks heavy and is for a 7-tackle set.
Well, Neil, you've mentioned a couple of times their end of sets, and the grubber kicks haven't worked. The one up in the air, they had a player offside, and they finally get themselves back down this end of the field, and Ash Taylor just puts it too heavy and gives the Roosters a 7-tackle set.
Yeah, you're right. They need to nail that play. You've got Anthony Don out here who's great in the air. Test him out on that edge to get it up there and contest it.
Up over halfway they go on this 7-tackle set. Should be able to get down into scoring position again. Tackle down low by Brimson on a much bigger man. Friend out of dummy half. Proving elusive. Linking with Butcher. Quickly to Momirovski. Trying to get on the outside, and Branko Lee defends well one-on-one. O'Sullivan put under pressure. Peets came up quickly. Kick to come from Keary. Ferguson's on the chase, given the all clear, and they whack Taylor, who looks for an offload. Wrong part of the field, and the opening try will come as a result. Well, a shocking mistake from the Titans, and Nat Butcher has come up with his first try in the NRL as a result.
I have a try. Can we just confirm that after the knock-on from the Titans, that the ball's picked up cleanly by Nat Butcher?
Well, it looked like that live. It looked like it was picked up clean. We're just going to make sure that they're onside.
Ferguson's going to get the all clear there behind the ball.
Yeah, he's good.
O'Sullivan doesn't want to get involved.
No, he might be in front, but he doesn't chase, so it's all good there. You can only imagine Ash Taylor thought that he was headed for the in goal. Caught the ball, they hit him immediately. When they're driving backwards, that's Ryan Madison. He should have taken the tackle. Branko Lee's going backwards. He was in no position to receive a pass from Ash Taylor. Just squeezes it out. It's the worst time to throw it to someone when they're moving backwards as well. Just trying to get himself onside. He doesn't knock that on Nat Butcher. He's able to control the ball, get his arm on it. Gets up. Gordon tries to hold him. Oh, way. Hang on.
It'll be a double knock on. It'll be Roosters scrum feet.
He's dropped that onto the leg of Michael Gordon. It does come out of his hands, doesn't it, momentarily?
Has to be a knock on. He eventually rolls it onto the turf, but that won't be enough. Still, that first mistake by Taylor and Lee will lead to a Roosters ball.
He's lost it and hasn't re-gripped it, and that's what you need to be able to do to score a try these days if it comes loose.
Ryan!
Did so well with the initial gather one-handed, didn't he?
First knock on from you guys, no advantage, Roosters speed.
Well,
no, they checked that, he's onside. Roosters
outstanding stuff from Michael Gordon. Gordon saved the try, hasn't he? He's been able to get his leg down there as Butcher was planting it down.
Yeah, no.
And Ash Taylor would feel a whole lot better.
Here, fellas. Let's go, fellas. Let's work in.
So now we'll see how much work the Roosters have done
Hold for the out.
on the training ground this week. Set play time from 10 out. They are really deep here, aren't they? Trying to work something. Tupou standing maybe as a decoy man with Keary wanting to get his hands on it.
Hold for out. Hold.
Sullivan feeds it.
Thanks.
Here we go. Tupou does take the first hit up and nothing play.
Now, Nathan!
Straight off the scrum.
Where, Ryan? Hold line here. Jared. Hold, Mo. Go.
All the numbers right. Friend goes that way. For Waria Hargreaves.
Together, Jared.
Trying to
Straight
back
away
his
now.
way through.
Square. Hold. Go, 2.
Now Madison. Out the back, Keary. Momirovski on debut. He's got one. They score this time, the Sydney Roosters. And 4 days before his 22nd birthday, Paul Momirovski celebrates his NRL debut with a meat pie.
Well, Ash Taylor's gone back to feeling ordinary about that error that he made, pushing the ball to Branko Lee. 3 tackles later off the scrum. Momirovski beats Branko Lee back on the inside. Nice change of angle. Keary, quick ball. Didn't overplay his hand, Luke Keary. Knew he had a runner on his outside. He just ducked back on the inside of Branko Lee. It was a tough tackle for Lee. Proctor couldn't do the work from the inside.
That left centre position for the Roosters against the Titans has been profitable. Latrell Mitchell, 6 tries in the last 4 games, and now it's Momirovski's turn.
Yeah, there's some issues there with that edge defence there, but you know, Branko Lee needed to stay square and come in and close a bit quicker there, and by the time he's past the shoulder, well, KP with Kevin Proctor has come across trying to arrest it, but it's too late.
It was a good run from Momirovski because he didn't make it easy for Branko Lee. He's on his outside, and then as Keary threw him the ball, he immediately cut back in to that left shoulder.
Put it down on almost the same blade of grass where Butcher thought he'd scored. Another pretty easy look for Taukeaho. And they add to that early penalty goal with a converted try. 8-0, the Roosters, and a reasonably happy hunting ground, Matt Russell.
I can hear Paul Momirovski's parents cheering all the way from Europe. The holiday just got a little bit better. But what about Ash Taylor? He's just conceded his 7th 20-metre tap of the season into an error at the other end of the ground. Last week was a tough, frustrating weekend for him. A big game ahead for that man on screen from here.
It's been a tough few minutes, hasn't it, for Ash? The 7-tackle set and then the pass to Branko Lee.
coach actually said he was happy that he didn't get his Origin debut in Game 3, but I think Ash Taylor wanted to play in that game. Garth Brennan said he would have been on a hiding to nothing if he did get selected. DCE, of course, got the call instead. Slow play the ball. They're working over Ferguson. No whistle. And Isaac Liu, good strong run. Plays it quickly too. Taukeaho off the back of that. Safe stuff, but good stuff off the back of points from the Roosters. Friend again. He's looking dynamic, but he coughed it up. And the Titans will start on halfway.
I was just about to say what a set it's been from the Roosters. Probably their best of the game. Good meters, big charges from their forwards, Liu and also Taukeaho.
And back to last week. That streak without reply is up over 40 points now. When will the Titans break that sequence? Big chance here. Gordon to Lee. Don. Pass a little behind him, and Keary scrambled in cover to hold up Don briefly. Searching infield, Anthony Don.
Right, that was great scramble and cover there from Luke Keary.
Now Proctor, the Roosters showing why they've got the best D in the competition, as Trent Robinson likes to refer to it. Now Wallace gets the arm free. Fodawaker right next to the posts. They do answer. And he has his first try in the NRL as well. Mawaki, Fodawaker, and brilliant from Wallace.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Jared Wallace there. Just took his time, wondering what to do with the ball, and the Roosters' defence stopped. Ryan Madison just snuck underneath, and that allowed him to get that arm over the top and free. Just watch him get that right arm free around the back of Liu. Beautifully delivered pass. And Fodawaker, who started the game, strong fashion for the Titans. Some good running, good hard tackling. And that's his first try as well.
Yeah, they've looked threatening a few times. They've come up with the wrong kick options a couple of times, but they've moved out the back line there. Brenko Levy had held the ball up a little bit more and put it out in front of Anthony Don. He might have been a chance to get to the corner post, but they've hit back straight away. It's some promising attack by the Titans there.
And that's an immediate hit back, because the Roosters coughed up the set from the kickoff. Jake Friend dropping a ball on tackle for, and they've paid the price for it.
And as you said, they were rolling really well on that set. They're up near halfway and looking to get to attack and kick in.
They had two dummy halves there as well at the start of that play, didn't they? The Titans, Ash Taylor took control of the situation and maybe put a few Roosters in two minds. Michael Gordon, a very handy goal kicker right throughout his NRL career. Up over 80% again in 2018, and he makes it a two-point ball game.
And Brenton Mo Fodawaker, one of the feel-good stories of the NRL in 2018, a real success story here at the Titans, overcoming the tragic loss of his brother Mosesi. He was overlooked for numerous rep teams and NRL clubs. He came to the Titans on a train and trial deal and has been so good. He's fought his way all the way into a starting lineup under Garth Brennan. Look at the celebration here. That's the regard that his mates hold him in. And let me tell you, no one wants to wrestle or have tackle drills against Mo. He's 18 years old, but he's big and he's strong.
It was a good moment for him, Neil.
Yeah, it was. Look, he's been a kid that's come through the system pretty quickly, and certainly got a great work ethic and played some good footy in the under-20s under Ben Wolf. He deserves his opportunities.
An 18-year-old try scorer for the Titans. Now Hurrell. Solid contact out there. Ran into Taukeaho. Now Wallace, heavily involved. Try assist for him on that previous set. Philip Sammy coming in off the left wing. Now the kick to come from Taylor. Tries to get the spiral going. Hangs up a little for Ferguson. And Proctor picks him off with a textbook tackle. Tupou, rangy figure, pushing the pass. Found Butcher. You'd want to find a teammate in that situation. Now the one-handed scoop from Tupou. He missed a lot of footy at the start of the season, but he's returned refreshed and ready to go. Moved on quickly by Madison as Pete's got to him. O'Sullivan showing it. Taking the line on. Another teenager strutting his stuff at Seabus tonight. Keary's kick. Floating around a little. Difficult to take. Don made it look easy.
Oh, he's a pro, Anthony Don. He's a terrific winger. Has been an underrated winger for a long time. Tops the try-scoring list regularly for the Gold Coast Titans, and with hands like that, safe as a bank under the high ball.
There'll be a few players around the comp who'd let that one bounce. Wouldn't want a bar of it. Pete's working down that short side and nearly through. Then the head rocked back as Ikuvalu came in and nailed Gordon.
It was a dangerous little short side play there from the Titans. Ikuvalu read it beautifully. He shut it down, Michael Gordon, who had an unmarked man outside him.
Now Brimson gives the chasers plenty of time. Hurrell's not watching the ball. Ferguson was. What a take. Looking to turn it the other way in a hurry. And that's an important tackle by Brimson, who put his body on the line. There was a tighten down in back play. That was Wallace, who got back to his feet to make that tackle, but he's looking a little sore right now. Jai Arrow ruled out with a corky to his knee, and Wallace feeling the effects of a hit just moments ago. Past the midpoint of the first half. Now, Keary running the angle is Butcher. He got through Taylor, tries to spin his way over. Just centimetres short. Butcher so close to his first try tonight. Great hands, Keary. Here they come. Ikuvalu was attacking it. Knocked back by the Titans, I think, was the on-field call. It's going to be a dropout. Yeah,
they're going to go. The Titans got their hands on that one. It was a live ball in the in-goal area. Here's the take from Ferguson. That's spectacular. Juggles it, and then off he goes. He called it live, Speedy. Great stop from Alexander Brimson there. Philip Sammy won the battle in the air, got his hands to it, but knocked it back into the in-goal area, and the Roosters get another set after a terrific set that went 90 metres.
Every time Keary takes them on down this left edge, they're looking dangerous, aren't they?
Roosters, last tackle changeover.
Yeah, they checked it out in the bunker, and Ikuvalu obviously got a hand to that. The bunker's tipped them off and says that's a handover, Titans ball. It's a significant thing. Obviously, Roosters are getting the ball back with the on-field call, but here's what happened. They say Ikuvalu got a knock on there.
You wanted the same up the other end, mate.
Here we go, slow motion.
Markers move up.
Make sure you play at the foot. John will tell you when.
Okay, Ikuvalu got his hands to the ball around the back there of Philip Sammy.
Hold, Jared, hold.
There's a better look at it. Yep.
Yeah.
Well worked by the bunker.
A massive call.
Yeah.
Yeah, got it right. Saves the Titans a set on their own line.
James was trying to force an offload, but Madison wasn't letting him out. Maria Hargreaves just wrestling Pete's to ground in a hurry. Wallace has recovered. Inside ball for Gordon. He linked up with Matthews. And they say it's a clear one-on-one strip by Madison. Fair enough. Johnny Manu's turn. Plenty happening in this game. Referees have to keep their eyes peeled. Madison wraps around to get involved with Keary. Out the back, Ferguson. Omorovsky was looking back inside, and Ferguson went to ground. Now Warrior Hargreaves. Ferguson's down in back play in all sorts. They've had the wind knocked out of him. Sloppy play the ball, and it's against Warrior Hargreaves, all it was. And then the pocket referee said that's a penalty.
Got to give him room, Bo.
Well, crowding. Got to give him room was the talk from the referee there.
We're going.
Nervous moment for Warrior Hargreaves, who takes it forward. Well met, but offloads to Jake Friend. He's looking for some sort of space and can't find it.
Another one given away by James this time.
And a thumbs up for Blake Ferguson, who's still trying to work off the after effects of what appears to be a burner to the shoulder.
So they roll forward again. Taukeaho. Friend has options. He comes to the left once more for Madison. Tackled high by Wallace. That was important work as well to hold him up short of the line, but here comes the warning. Repeated penalties defending their own line.
Well, that's 3 in the space of 3 tackles. Quick warning and move on.
Sin bin being placed on red alert right now as Madison. The Roosters content to do that. So take some tacklers out of the equation and then go for it on the next play. O'Sullivan linking with Liu. What a tackle that is again by the diminutive Brimson. Here we go, 10 in the bin. Another penalty given up, and they're down to 12.
Is it Ryan James?
Yeah, but he was laid in. He shouldn't have come in the first place. Okay? Gave him that little bit, and he stayed in too long.
Matthews is making the long walk.
Matthews.
Yeah,
so
Hargreaves got him last pretty harsh.
the low tackle from Alexander Brimson meant that the Roosters should have been allowed to get up and play the ball quite quickly. They weren't because that man came in over the top. That's, well, there we go.
Okay, I'm on.
That's a no-brainer, isn't it?
It is.
That is a no-brainer.
Maria Hargreaves now with the set-up play.
Go, 1.
How long can the Titans hold on? O'Sullivan to Ferguson. Blake Ferguson's over. It takes them all of 20 seconds to score against 12 men in the position. Matthews left vacant.
With the contact with the lead runner there. Yeah. What have you got a starting position? Yeah. Kids.
Lead runner.
I've tackled
problem.
2.
They're giving it the all clear on field.
Can you just check the contact from the lead runner there? See if he impedes the defender slide across.
O'Sullivan to the line. Liu goes through.
Brimson's trying to let the officials know about it.
I think he's got a point there too. He's on the outside shoulder.
Yep. And right at the angle where he wants
Isaac
to...
Liu runs an overs line. AJ Brimson attempted to slide. Is obstructed. We have a decision.
Easy. There we go. Yeah. Now, Isaac Liu, I don't know why lead runners don't just run. Just keep going. It doesn't matter whether you end up in the crowd. But I don't know the reason that they start to pull up. Yeah. And he pulled up enough to stop Brimson getting across and getting involved in the tackle.
Yep, you're right. It's a correct decision.
As a coach, that must have driven you crazy because it's just a lack of concentration.
It is. It's just poor execution of the play. I mean, he needs to avoid that defender, either inside him or keep going through on the outside and not make contact.
So once he doesn't receive the ball, his next job is to get past that defender.
Yes. And he's denied him the opportunity. Yeah. We're moving now, though.
Looked like he was worried about the contact with Brimson. He saw him coming and said, "Oh, I can't avoid you. I'm in a bit of bother." It was almost unavoidable contact, and Brimson helps out his team again by earning a penalty. So They're hanging in there, the Titans, but they're without Will Matthews right now for another 8 minutes or so. Oh, Wallace, flat-footed, and Madison is showing great intensity tonight for the Roosters. Taylor, he's having another shocker, Ash Taylor, unfortunately. Slams the turf in frustration, nothing going right for the young half.
Well, it's just been a run of errors for Ash Taylor. It was last week against the Broncos. Ball just slips out of his hands there as he goes to deliver it out the back to Michael Gordon after Kevin Proctor was allowed to go through. I don't know whether there was some indecision on whether to give it to Proctor or the man out the back. But another error.
Yeah, the defence was up hard then, and on the back of a slow play the ball, the previous one, he hadn't really earned the right to do much there. Just need to find his lead line and break it down.
And what sort of words should Brennan be preparing for his halfback at half-time?
There's no use berating. He knows that he needs to improve and just think about and just get the simple things right.
Taukeaho steps around Proctor, runs over the top of Gordon. Second phase for Friend. Isaac Liu takes the line on. They had numbers to the right. Sullivan quickly to Keary. They mucked it up. He's used to having Cordner running that line. This time it's Butcher, and they weren't quite on the same page.
Yeah, if you watched Luke Keary come across there was just a little indication for Ryan Madison to drop on the inside. Just watch the hand movement. See him just pull him back on the inside. Madison or Butcher didn't do what he wanted him to do. Because Keary was heading across field, he didn't want to bunch those players on the outside, so he needed someone to drop back under. That was Butcher, and it didn't happen.
Men straight after this game, Sunday night with Matty Johns, and 3 men guests who are flushed with success. Sam Burgess, South's 9 in a row. Nathan Cleary, the Origin-winning halfback, and the leader of the Blues skivvy gang, Brad Fittler. Sunday night with Matty Johns.
Managed to get Freddie on the couch tonight. That's a good get.
Well, it's the Origin coach. Wheel him out there.
Will that end his Origin commitments for a little while?
I think he's off to Perth next week just to suss out game 2.
Is he? Okay. Here we go. A penalty goes the home team's way, and there's some ironic cheers. That counts. It is 6-3 in favour of the visitors right now. Neil, you've obviously coached Ash Taylor. It's an interesting psychological battle, I'd imagine, for a coach at half-time now, to just try and encourage him and get him to forget about what's gone on the last game and a half.
Yeah, I think he's pretty good at switching off there and building into a new half. He's got a few minutes here, 9 minutes to go, to see if he can get his hands on the ball and create something for the team.
He leads the NRL in try assist this year with 20. Wallace taking on all comers. The longer the ball is in their hand, the better, with Matthews in the bin. Now Pete's Fonawaker. Brimson. And tackled by the interchange forward for the Roosters. Lindsay Collins out there as Robinson rings some changes. Taylor fires one to Lee, gives him a bit of room. Trademark flick to Don. He goes back to Taylor. There's Taylor searching. Uses Brimson. And Fonawaker gives them a little bit of go forward at the end of that play, which was a long one. Now it's the last. Wallace gets it again on the last. The front rowers combine and desperation tackle to pull him back. He's a try-scoring prop, and the work by Liu over the top was so important.
He's been very good tonight, Jared Wallace, with his hands. That offload there for the try, the short side play where he got knocked over, and a nice tip on there to Ryan James.
Yeah, the Roosters' defence just weren't suspecting that flat pass. Tackle 5, they had Ash Taylor swinging around the back there, and that just held them up enough for Wallace to think that James was in a bit of space, and I thought his height was going to get him across the line there. He's got a long body. Just able to drag him backwards. At the end there, Lindsay Collins ready to play the ball.
Yeah, the legs got stuck under O'Sullivan and got a little awkward when Liu came over the top, but James is right to continue in and around that Blues squad. He was so close to being involved from game one, wasn't he, Ryan James?
Yeah, he was. He's been in consistent form.
Easy.
Wallace just
Leave it.
slightly over the top there
Wait.
against Lindsay Collins.
Where he hits him. Wait. We've got players offside.
Gives away his fair share. There's Jared Wallace.
20 tackles, 6 runs, plenty of passes, and a couple of offloads so far in Wallace's games. A very strong opening 40.
Isaac Liu, a player who can fly under the radar a little, but he's rock solid in everything he does. And Sullivan quickly on to Taukeiaho. Hard man to take the ground. Eventually, they get him there. Important little period before the break. And now running a nice line is Collins back inside. Has the arm free as well, and it takes a combination of 4 or 5 Titans to eventually slow him down. Friend out of dummy half. O'Sullivan! Oh, as he dropped it. He's that close to a try on debut, and he shakes off his teammates and said, I haven't got this one, I'm sorry.
That's what I'm going to check. Yeah.
Well, that was a precarious situation for both those players, O'Sullivan and Jared Wallace.
I have a try.
Wow.
Just confirm that the ball is stripped out by Jared Wallace and then grounded by the Roosters. If we don't have a try, I've got a penalty for Jared Wallace being offside on 10 metres.
Yeah, OK. I thought he jumped the gun, Jared Wallace. Friend jumped out of dummy half. O'Sullivan hits the ball and the post. Boy.
Jared Wallace strips the ball one-on-one in a try-scoring situation.
That has to be a knock-on, though, by O'Sullivan, so it can't be his try.
No, it's a knock-on because he touched the ball when it was on the pad and pulled it down towards himself, so...
He knew he hadn't scored. But it will be a penalty against Wallace, defending his own line.
So there's the knock-on.
He can't go to the bin, though, can he, Brandy? Because his teammate's already in the bin.
Well, he won't go to the bin. He was offside.
Okay.
That's all. We're looking at anything different than what we've seen so far. I think it's a knock-on.
I think it reverts back to that penalty against Wallace for being inside the 10.
Well, thank God for the thick
O'Sullivan
pads around the goalpost, because they just both flew into them. Wallace hit him hard.
Well, they're saying that's knocked back.
Sean Sullivan's re-gripped the ball and grounded in the in-goal. We have a decision.
Is that a knock back?
He's pushed it into the post, and that's propelled it forward. So it's not a knock-on against O'Sullivan. They're going to give him a try here. Can you believe this? O'Sullivan didn't fancy it.
He can't believe it.
The bunker says, you can have a try too.
Right.
Well, I'm confused.
No wonder the boos are ringing out at Seabus. How on earth was there no knock-on against O'Sullivan there?
Okay, so...
The first touch from him is backwards, and then he's grounded the ball.
So the greatest reaction is the player. He knows himself. He is knocked that
Well,
on.
that's right, the greatest reaction from the player, Ryan James said. Now, the fact that he's pushed the ball, they're saying backwards into the post, you've got to pretend that the post isn't there. So he's pushed it backwards first. So the uprights don't actually exist in that situation. So his first movement was push the ball back towards his own goal line. It's then fallen forward.
But the fingertips are still bringing it forward, aren't they?
Well, it does get a little confusing.
So they do give up a try, down to 12.
Garth Brennan will be seeking clarification of that one, I'm sure.
8-point margin again as Taukei'aho adds 2 more. And we've got another Roosters debutant in the try-scoring column, this time the 19-year-old. There's no knock-on against the young man here. That's a knock-on, isn't it? That's a second knock-on.
Well, the first one was a strip. So they're saying strip and then pushed the ball backwards into the post and then it went forward. My hands are up. But he did show great courage to run that line with Jared Wallace jamming in on him. That was a gutsy effort from Sean O'Sullivan. Unconventional, but still his first try. One he'll never forget.
Tedavano out there. Plays it for Baptiste. Look at Ferguson. Like another middle forward. Taking them on.
Good job, Nathan.
Wallace getting a rest right now for the Titans as well. They've created some numbers here, but they didn't work it out. Keary went to Butcher as Momirovski and Tupou were all clear on the outside.
Well, that was good play there from Anthony Don, who just jammed in at the last moment. See, he hedged his bets, Don.
Let's go, boys.
Let's work it up, fellas.
And just helped Branko Lee. Came off his wing.
Let's go, mate.
Did leave Momirovski open, but Will Matthews ready to come back on.
Okay, hold it. Heads down now.
They've got the full complement again, so Matthews' first involvement is to even up the scrum. James not packing down in the scrum, used as the first running option. And they find some points before the break here, the home team. Inside ball to Stockwell. Now James, ball playing this time. Brimson, flat ball. It was borderline anyway and knocked on by Matthews, but here comes the penalty. It will remain Titans' ball. They can make the margin one converted try if they so choose.
Well, still 2.5 minutes left. Time off as a bit of attention to Ryan James. Just watch him. I followed the ball. We hit him late. Tedavano hit him late as he turned to pass the ball. It's well and truly gone. There's always talk about protecting halves in that situation, but just because James is a big man doesn't mean he doesn't deserve the same sort of protection. Tedavano hit him late.
Yeah, and he's been placed on report.
Yeah, ribs are exposed there. You're a bit more relaxed. You can't protect yourself.
We talked about taking the 2 earlier. Neil, what do you do in this situation?
Well, they defended quite well, the Titans, really. I think Trent Robinson would be a bit upset about the opportunities that Roosters have had, and they haven't converted it. But the Titans have been desperate. Wallace was desperate there on the try line with that close decision. I think taking the 2 maybe, but it looks like they're going to have a crack at them.
Yep, almost a guaranteed 2 to make it a one-score ball game, if you like. Instead, they chase 6 points. Stockwell. Taylor's to the right. The numbers are to the left. Brimson. Collared. Effectively by Taukei'aho. Now, Fotuaika. Taylor. Out the back, Gordon. Great read, Momirovski. Came and nailed him. Stockwell quickly onto Fotuaika again. He's already scored down that channel once. What do they do on the last? Taylor throws the big cutout pass. Great hands, Don again. Goes back to his halfback. Brimson The kick will come, played out by the Roosters, knocked on by Taylor, and it will be Roosters' ball.
Scrum, Roosters' feet.
Well, he thought kick.
Yeah, off his leg,
Brimson
and then
thought
knock
run
away.
and then thought kick.
All up.
That's a scrum, boys.
Straight into the-
Tackle 1-0.
The feet there of Sean O'Sullivan, who did play at it. It's 6 to go if Ash Taylor can pick that ball up. Came back at him pretty quickly. It's a tough one.
Let's work it up.
It was at his feet.
Let's go, boys.
It is a tough one, and Sean O'Sullivan, you have to make the decision, let it go. Got the coverage at the back, but I think sticking your foot out when it's that far out is probably a good option.
I don't know. But if the ball's coming at you, you're playing at it. To try and pull yourself out of a contest for the footy is almost impossible.
Hey, boys, you can't stand up and you can't be striking for it.
I strike for it, me.
The Titans have gone away a little bit
He
from
was as well, okay? You
where
need
they
to
made
take
some
the
breaks in
ball,
that middle
you
third
can't
with
be
the short
pushing in
passes.
forward.
I feel that
Hold it, fellas.
the edge defence is always up and into the Roosters, but there's a bit of space in the middle against them.
A lot of seconds ticked away there as we repack the scrum, so the Roosters won't be getting adventurous now that Momorowski coughed it up, and Ash Taylor says, pack your scrum, boys, and stop the clock. Give us a chance. And they'll get 10 seconds. Make it 8.
Yeah, you guys can stand
Is this all up to the halfback, dreaming up a play here, Neil, with 8 seconds to go?
Hold there, mate. Hold there.
Well, they're going to stack the long side.
Give me right. Okay.
The double block
Up we
play.
come,
who
fellas.
knows?
Heads in now. Blake. All right.
Well, we've seen some tries off scrums this year.
Yeah.
We've seen a host of them. Let's see if they can pull off a miracle, the Titans.
Don's service for Taylor. Brimson one-handed take. He slips through. Does Brimson over the top. And Sammy comes back the other way. Thought about the kick and elected to take the tackle in the end. Boy, they had some numbers if he could have thrown the big speculator back this way.
Couldn't kick it. There's no one behind him.
Good shout. Well, an entertaining first half on the Gold Coast, and one with plenty of controversy about it. The Roosters, with a couple of debutants coming up with tries, including that man O'Sullivan, even though he thought he was no hope when he put it down. At half-time, it's 14-6 to the Roosters. A really interesting first half at Seabus Super Stadium on the Gold Coast. The Titans taking on the Roosters here, who have the chance to go into the top 4 if they can claim victory tonight. Blake Ferguson playing in the fullback role has been dynamic, and the debutants have come up with tries. First it was Momorowski, and then Sean O'Sullivan was gifted one for the Sydney Roosters. That's part of the reason. They lead by 8 points at the break. So can the Titans come from behind and keep their slim finals hopes alive? 8 points out of the 8. With that game in hand, this one looking to make the most of it. Here come the visitors, and Luke Keary's first half. What do you make of it?
He probably needs to take control more. He's got a youngster inside him in Sean O'Sullivan, and look, he's a terrific player, Luke Keary, but I think he needs to play like a halfback, and it doesn't matter whether it's left or right. He just needs to be getting the ball, going to the defence, not necessarily waiting for those big sweeping runs that he is famous for and that he's very good at. I think he needs to change his role slightly in this second half if the Roosters are to continue to stay on top.
There's O'Sullivan, and here comes the home team, ready to kick things off in the second half. Matthews only played half an hour in that first 40. He spent some time in the bin, and ultimately the Roosters came up with points during that period. Ash Taylor, a bit of soul-searching at half-time for him. This guy was pretty impressive.
Outstanding, and got through plenty of defensive work and pulled off some really important tackles for his team in the opening 40. 15 tackles, that's quite a number for a half to make. And he's dangerous with the footy. He just takes the defence on. He doesn't need to see space, but he'll try and squeeze through two defenders.
It's great watching the youngsters see themselves on the big screen and wondering, what are they talking about? Now the Roosters to bring it back through Tauke Aho.
Jack off the arm.
He was heavily involved in that first half, edging up towards 100 metres run now. Siwa Taukeaho. Baptiste, the backup dummy half, combining with Tedavano, who's on report for a late shot on James. Collins up towards halfway he goes. So good meters on this opening set, electing to kick with a tackle up their sleeve for the corner. How's the bounce for O'Sullivan? It's a ripper right into the corner. Probably would have preferred if it stayed in, but that's the next best thing.
Yeah, great set there by the Roosters. They just rolled up the field nicely, found their front, quick play of the ball, got the kick away. Mount a bit of pressure now on the Titans for this set.
And the opportunity for them, you can see this is a live ladder. For and against is looking pretty handy as well. They'd like to add to that, but isn't it a logjam all of a sudden? All those teams on 24 and 26 right now.
Well, it is. As it stands, the Roosters are in front in this game, but they're on 22 points. If they go on to lose, they're in a vulnerable position. If they're sitting on 22 at the end of this game, well, they've got a battle on their hands. I know it's squeezed in at the top there, but it does become tougher if they don't win tonight.
But if they can get the win and then get those Origin players refreshed for next week, a lot of teams will be looking over their shoulder at the Roosters.
Yeah, there's some big names to come back into this lineup, isn't there?
No Cordner, no Latrell, and no Tedesco. What an Origin series he had, highlighted by game one. Peets just takes the meters on offer, 15 of them from dummy half. Stockwell. Peets, it's Brimson demanding it. To kick on the left. Chasers getting through. Oh, Ferguson again. Wasn't worried about any traffic in his eyes. Takes it safely.
Well, he's had a couple of tough ones tonight, Blake Ferguson, but been terrific underneath it. Had players coming through, arms swinging over the top to try and put him off, but yeah, wrapped it up comfortably.
Tedavano quickly on to Butcher. Got plenty of options to play on those edge positions, don't they? Orbison was actually ruled out tonight with hamstring tightness, so their depth was further tested. No Radley, Victor Radley, who they did name this week, and Garth Brennan said, how on earth are they naming him when he's got a suspension to serve? And the Roosters tried to make that be the under-20s game for New South Wales as the one-game ban, and Garth Brennan said, not on my watch.
The old TBA. The old Lottie Takiri trick.
Yeah, Radley was named in the number 11 jumper. Quickly ruled out. Peets goes to Fotuaika. What a showing from this 18-year-old.
Yeah, he's been strong, hasn't he? Almost got that ball away as well. Good start. Third first-grade game.
Now, Taylor to Brimson, showing it. Can he get the arm free? He forces one to Hurrell. And was that played up by Ferguson? What's the call? Touch judge is tipping them up. And it will be a scrum feed or a handover. No signal as yet. Still working it out.
Well, it's going to be a handover, isn't it?
No, it's going to be a scrum.
Right.
And they say Ferguson didn't play at it, and you can see why.
Yep.
Scrum, boys.
From the sheds at half-time, gentlemen, Garth Brennan really happy with his side's defence and the work of the middle forwards, but he wants his side to tidy its attack. As for the Roosters, Trent Robinson also satisfied, especially with his 3 debutants. Let me tell you, all the talk among the fans at half-time was the try involving one of those debutants, O'Sullivan. They wanted to know how on earth it was given the green light. And I look forward to putting it to the pub test a little bit later. I reckon the vote might be 9-1.
It'll fail miserably.
The one will be
the pub
drunk.
test, it's not getting through that.
Depends if you turn up at a referees convention or not. If they're in the house, it might go the other way, but only referees would find a way to give that a try, I reckon.
The old trick of the upright disappearing, I don't think it's going to float with anyone.
Bizarre. I think he knocked it on twice, as Sam Burgess explained at halftime as well. First the left and then the right hand, and they still gave it to him.
It was a gutsy run, though.
Yeah, that's worth 4 points. Sammy Burgess just giving you a little clip in the studio there, Brandy. Interesting. Now Keary gets it tumbling. Dons looks safe tonight. Able to take it and step around one. Oh, he nearly got past the second as well. That was an important tackle as Butcher held on. Heats will keep rolling towards the left. And Sammy in off the wing. Hurrell nearly overran his dummy half.
A couple of good tackles there from the halfback, Sean O'Sullivan, helping up Sammy and Conrad Hurrell. He jumps around Alexander Brimson. He's never short of looking for a bit of space.
Taylor's kick is a high one, but the chasers won't get there. Ferguson able to stay grounded for the take this time. His first game as a Rooster since signing that 3-year deal with Parramatta. They're going to get him from 29 years of age onwards. Looks like a really good signing, the form he's in right now.
Been one of his best seasons, Blake Ferguson. He's been so consistent. As we said early in the match, more runs, more metres than anyone in the NRL.
Yeah, up over 3,000 metres already this season.
Yeah, and a little bit of versatility. Wing, fullback, centre.
Kick comes from O'Sullivan under pressure. Great take, Gordon, who had Keary in his face. Keary didn't elect to go for the ball, which was interesting. Content to make the tackle. And they're bunched here, the Titans. Hurrell's turn again. Matthews thinking about an offload, but the ball wrapped up by Baptiste. Rooster stays down after making the tackle.
A strong shot from Tedavano over the top there, just locking the ball up.
Nikuvalu now back into position after staying down for a while. Brimson's kick. Ferguson nearly got away from him. And they're a little slow getting back.
Yeah, it's been a good battle at the moment, set for set.
Yeah, there's no penalties either to give them a little breather. It's hard yakka right now. Tupou. The outside backs know their forwards need a chop out, but they're going sideways and not too far on this set right now, the Roosters. So the Titans might be winning that little war right now. Keary looking to put paid to that. Taukeaho moving it on to Butcher.
That's what Luke Keary needs to do. Just jump in at first receiver and just take the ball to the line. He's very good at putting people into space, short off his hip.
Keary just asking Tedavano to get in the road, give him a little bit of cover. They still got to him. Kick was effective, though. They clocked off on Manu, who keeps it alive. Baptiste scrambles one. Butcher away as well. They're still going. Momorowski onto Tupou. What a try this would be, but that's held. Important tackle made by Gordon.
That was a great tackle by Michael Gordon.
Oh, now the mistake. Tupou takes them on again. You thought at the end of that previous set that he was a big chance to step right through them. And now the penalty given away by James, who's furious.
Easy, easy, easy.
Look upstairs!
Ryan.
So if I'm standing in the offside position, can I jump on the ball?
That's not how it's ruled.
I think he's arguing that Tupou wasn't onside. I think he's got a point there.
It's a topical one, isn't it, Brandy, after what happened yesterday? Players in an offside position and all that.
A big call at Brookvale.
Tedavano, Keary, Ferguson taking on Hurrell, who stands up to that little individual battle. Tedovano to straighten things up. Keary's moved across to the left once more. Numbers that way. Baptiste fires one. O'Sullivan, flat ball. Oh, was going forward. Still found a Titan anyway. And Don gladly accepts the intercept.
Well, that was a crazy pass there from Nat Butcher. That was tackle 3. The Roosters had a crack down that left side. Hit the short ball through Nat Butcher. He just needed to take the tackle with Keary and O'Sullivan regrouping for another shot.
Leilani Latu's first contribution. Home fans thought he should have earned a penalty with that second effort around the legs. Wallace back out there. Who can break this game open in the second half? Roosters were so close moments ago. Now James shaping up like he was going to throw a no-look at. Eventually took the tackle. Brimson with 3 outside him. Hurrell, catch and pass onto Sammy. Looking for support, found Brimson. He'll do well to keep it alive, and he's wrapped up effectively by Collins.
Yeah, some enterprising play there by the Titans. Quick hands by Hurrell. Just Philip Sammy couldn't get the ball on his foot.
A couple of times that the Titans have had the Roosters stripped for numbers. I've been impressed with the way the Roosters have been able to scramble, get numbers there just to close things down before they get too dangerous.
Keary. Oh, Butcher, solid contact as Branko Lee came in and got it. Plenty going down that side for the Roosters as Tauke Aho bounces out of the Proctor tackle. Don't forget Sunday night with Matty Johns. What about the guests tonight? Nathan Cleary, Sam Burgess hangs around, and then Brad Fittler, the successful New South Wales coach. They all join Matty Johns tonight, right after full time. Crossfield kick, O'Sullivan falls in the lap of Ikuvalu, and Brimson able to wrap it up. Handover for handover right now. Set for set.
Yeah, smart defence there. No need to go up for the ball when you've got numbers around it. Let him take it and make the tackle.
Peaks. The markers were tardy, and he picked up 10. And Don's turn. Plenty of instructions coming from the coaches as they get their support staff out there. And another debutant has made their way out there. The number 22 for the Gold Coast Titans, Jai Whitbread, who replaced Arrow. So it was a Jai for a Jai for the Titans tonight.
Well, the Titans are 8 points down. That's a very strange kick there from Ash Taylor. Unless he thinks his side are just out on their legs and they need a break. But I would be trying to keep that in play or force one of the back 3 of the Roosters to make some sort of play at a high ball. You just want to try and get a result when you get yourself down here. You don't want to just shut it down and put it into touch.
Whitbread's first involvement is to get in on that tackle.
Yeah, you'd like to back yourself to defend a set. Put them in a corner or contest a ball and then see if the attrition comes in.
Well, where do most of the Titans' tries come from? From the kick.
Yep.
I had a look at Ash Taylor's tries last year. I've never seen a halfback lob the ball near the goal line as much as he can.
Farmasili's first run in the NRL was a strong one as well. So all 4 debutants have had game time now. Farmasili in the 23 jumper. Chasing this kick. They let it bounce. Manu tried to keep it alive, but it was well claimed in the end by Gordon.
Yeah, it just didn't go deep enough. Luke Keary wanted to get that one close to the try line as well. In the end, because of the advancing chase there from the Titans, he just popped it up in the air.
Oh.
Lost ball from Sammy. Collins celebrates, and the Roosters have the best field position for either team in a while.
Well, only the second error of the second half. And will this offer the Roosters the field position they've been searching for?
There's young Jai Whitbread, the 20-year-old, just recovered from a broken hand. Otherwise, he would have been playing for New South Wales. And there's Greg, who was an inaugural Gold Coast Charger way back in 1988.
Mum's happy.
And made his debut in the top comp as a Bulldog as well against Brandy in '86. Manu proving tough to handle, eventually corralled by Matthews. Liu was thinking pass initially, took on the line and was crunched. Look at Wallace. Looks like William Wallace right now. Played out by the Titans, slapped down, and the call comes as Ash Taylor's running away. So they didn't need to see where the Gold Coast scored a try and then go to the bunker. They make the on-field call. It looks like the right one.
Yep, quickly. Just made contact with his arm as Sean O'Sullivan tried to quickly get it out to his support on the outside. It's hard for players to do, but when they go out the back like that, you'd love to see them stand another yard or two deeper and just make it hard for someone out of the line to actually get to you before you pass the footy.
Yeah, you've either got to do that or hit your lead, don't you? And break it down and then go again. But it's telegraphed there because you can get to them.
South Sydney are the best attacking side in the comp because of their depth.
Yep. I agree. Keary's looking a bit dangerous, isn't he? This half.
There's no doubt he's touching the ball more than he did in the first 40.
Looks like they want to put on a play here. O'Sullivan, Keary, Ferguson tries to go right over the top of them. Brimson's tackling tonight, incredible. Stops a rampaging Ferguson, who I think sportingly said to Brimson, great tackle, young man. He gave him a compliment before getting back into the line.
No, he's made some great stops tonight, Brimson.
No-look pass, look forward, Farmasili! All three debutantes with tries for the Roosters. Trent Robinson pulling the right reins, and Farmasili's been out there less than 5 minutes, and no one was stopping him.
Well, that's extraordinary, isn't it? The fact that we've had 4 players on debut, we've had 3 score tries, and the other man, yeah, that did look... That looked a touch forward. Ooh, hard to see from that angle. Boy, he was on the charge, wasn't he? Pawasa Farmasili on debut. Crashes through the first line and just too strong for Michael Gordon. He just got caught on his own try line there. Almost impossible to stop a big man at that speed.
Yeah, that marginal pass takes that inside defender out of play, and Wallace couldn't get into that tackle then. But flat at best.
Luke Keary just bringing everyone together, getting them to stay focused. They've got a very handy lead. It'll extend to 14 points in a moment.
Well, here's the experience out there, Luke Keary, and the general. Like Ferguson with a shot.
So we've had a 19-year-old on debut score a try, a 21-year-old on debut score a try, and now the 22-year-old off the bench with a try for the Roosters. All 3 of their first gamers have 4-pointers. And Ferguson takes over the goal-kicking responsibilities. adds 2 more. It's 20 points to 6. The Roosters in front, Matt Russell.
Poasa Fa'amausili, a 22-year-old out of the Glornora Bears in New Zealand. 2 years, or 3 years actually, in their under-20s at the Roosters, including an under-20s premiership in 2016, the last 2 years with Wyong. When he was selected to make his debut, he was so warmly received by the rest of the Roosters pack because he has worked so hard for this debut. And the problem for the Titans from here is that the Roosters haven't conceded more than 16 points for the last 5 games and are on track to be well under that for a 6th game in a row.
And maybe Trent Robinson taking a little time to reflect on his debut, which was 18 years ago this weekend as a West Tiger against the Bulldogs. He didn't win on debut, though. He came off the bench. And
do you think he's thinking about that one?
Well, doesn't it cause you to reflect, maybe, on your debuts when all these youngsters are doing it in their first game?
Well, there's no doubt he's enjoying what he's seeing so far from the young men he's put out there to make play their first games.
And a story which didn't get a lot of fanfare this week. Trent Robinson signing a new 4-year contract extension, which will increase his spell to 10 years in charge. And Nick Politis said, we want to make him the Sir Alex Ferguson of the NRL. Thought Wayne Bennett almost had that tag already.
Oh, it's great to have the support of your chairman.
Yeah. So no pressure now on young Whitbread to make it a clean sweep of debutants. Brimson goes to Latu right through. Brimson, was he being tackled, the support runner? Yes, penalty coming. And they'll say 10 in the bin, will they? Gold Coast are asking for it. Yes, that's the call. The Roosters are down to 12 here. And it's Luke Keary, a very handy cog, who's gone for 10.
That was a great ball from Lani Latu. Just broke through. Alexander Brimson, well, he's been their best. He's been the Gold Coast best player. Terrific in defence. He's done some good things with the footy.
Okay, back it up. Roosters,
just
back it up.
As Ash Taylor was getting the ball, Keary makes the tackle.
Wait, Nat.
Just wait, Mitch.
Is he off?
Wait, Mitch.
It's a tough
Okay,
position to be in as a defender. See the ball coming into a player in front of you. It's hard to time it perfectly and wait for him to get the ball.
There's Whitbread. Can they make the most of the extra number? Brimson tries to put Matthews over. A real test for the top defence in the competition. Conceding just over 14 points per game throughout 2018. Second phase footy for Taylor, quickly on to James. Who's going to take control for the Titans? Latu, little no-looker. Wallace next to the upright and over. They do score against 12, and it's game on again.
Well, if I said Alexander Brimson's been the best for the Titans, that means Matt Mann's been very close to second. Jared Wallace has had some sort of game, an offload in that set to keep the ball going to Ryan James. Lani Latu, flat pass to Jared Wallace. He's an extremely strong front rower, isn't he? The ability to stand in tackles, offload, which have been important for the Titans tonight. That time just crashing over himself. He's not a tall man, Neil, is he? But he's very powerful.
He's powerful, yeah. A set of glutes on him, thighs, but that tip on close line, very hard to stop someone that close. And yet, the right side of the goalpost there too.
Latu's making a nice contribution. This is only his 5th appearance this season as well. He came on big money, didn't he?
Yeah, you'd have to say, you know, it's been a bit disappointing for Lani and his time at the Gold Coast so far. When he left Penrith, he was really a player of promise. And I know most of those involved at Penrith were disappointed to see Lani move on. Played some great footy last year and just hasn't been able to do that for the Titans. But that was the sort of stuff he can do. Passage of play, he broke through, gave it to Alexander Brimson, then a flat ball to Jared Wallace for the try.
So important period. Roosters without Keary. at the moment. 10 in the bin, no Cooper Cronk as well, who was ruled out tonight, so they're missing their first choice halves right now. Latu plays it. Mitch Rain has come on, and Wallace tried to push one past too many. He punches the turf in frustration a couple of times. Might have done himself some damage as well.
He gets it free, doesn't he? Just can't get it in position to throw a decent ball there. That was Jai Whitbread on the outside.
Yeah, that's disappointing. He's experienced enough to know that's just pushing the ball under pressure. That part of the field, get to your kick. They just scored some points. They're back in the game.
Well, they could have really sapped the Roosters' energy. They've only got 12 men, the Roosters. If they had controlled the footy for that set, given it to them back down the other end, they're well in front. They just tried to make things happen too quickly, Jared Wallace.
Maria Hargreaves back for his second stint. His first was exceptional. O'Sullivan. Isaac Liu tried to spin his way through the line. Whitbread made a good tackle down low. Madison. Another versatile player that Trent Robinson has on his hands. Joey Manu, one out against Hurrell, got rid of him, but not Brimson. So many tackles that the young man has made as well. Another teenager excelling tonight. Hurrell played at it. Did he knock it on? Referee says yes. And the Roosters get another set. That's professionally done by Jake Friend with his team down 1 right now.
That's a handy restart for the Roosters, isn't it? Down the short side, Jake Friend. Just ricocheting off legs and arms. Conrad Hurrell get a touch because it originally came off.
Yeah, it looks pretty harsh. I think you're right, Brandy.
Yeah, I think so.
This is saying that's gone into Matthews in an accidental offside position.
I don't think so. I think that's a tough call against the Titans.
Another one. They've had a few tonight. And I'll talk about the O'Sullivan try if that ends up making the difference. 6 points or less, of course. Madison. Plenty of runners outside him, and he took the line on.
You know, it's a bonus to have someone like Madison, who played a lot of 5'8", out there while Keary's off the field.
Ferguson. Eventually wrestled down. And a couple of big men in support of Taylor. Maria Hargreaves through the big dummy. Latu wasn't falling for it. It's the last. O'Sullivan just had to feel for it a little. The kick was very good, though. And Gordon won't be getting out of there. Good luck. So O'Sullivan gets a repeat set with his team down to 12.
He did a great job to get that kick away because he only just got his hands on the ball. The pass looked a tough one to take. He had to stop and make sure he had it in his hands. It was low, and then got his left foot to it. He's a left foot kicker, Sean O'Sullivan, and gets the weight right. That's the perfect play when you're down to 12 men. Short kickoff by the Titans, just too long. Just couldn't get to it on the full. Manu wraps it up.
Farmasili. They want it left. Friend heads that way. O'Sullivan. Ferguson. Lead runner went through the line. Momirovski trying to go through as well.
They're trying to duck back on the inside again of Branko Lee. And just too slow. 9-5, the penalty count. 9 Roosters' way.
Yeah, the Titans' inside scramble's been pretty good all night. I mean, they've run them to the sideline a few times, but the Roosters persist with trying to go around them. And, they've got results going through.
And they're going to take some time off the clock and have a shot. Even though it's an 8-point margin, you may as well. And Ryan James has been giving away his fair share tonight and getting in the face of the referee too.
No, I called move, mate. You spun on him. No, it's all good, mate. Just stay there. Yeah.
The seconds continue to tick away for the home team.
Gives us a chance to plug Controversy Corner following Sunday night with Matty Johns. 9:30, so the boys loading up on no-dos. Blockers normally had 3 hours of sleep by 9:30. Tonight, Controversy Corner on Fox League.
Ferguson taking all of the allotted time. The game management, which Trent Robinson would preach at his team meetings, on full display right now. Their completion rate tonight is a big improvement as well. Worst in the comp this season, 73.8%. Tonight, nudging 80.
Their last 4 weeks they've ramped it up in the 80s.
Ferguson can't slot it home, but he gets it dead, and that means the Roosters will get the ball back. Don't forget Sunday night with Matty Johns. Brad Fittler headlining the guest list as they look for the short restart. Did it travel to 10? They give it the all clear. The Titans get it back. Gee, that was borderline, but Manu played at it, and maybe that was enough to allow Matthews to retrieve it. And now the penalty. Careful. They give Farmacelli the benefit of the doubt. They could nearly have been down to 11.
Very close. Ryan James allowed to take the quick tap. All Gold Coast players behind him. Mitch Rain almost sneaks through.
And Proctor gets into dummy half. They want to keep rolling here. A little momentum shift. Brimson, brilliant. Thought about throwing the big speculator over the top as well, but how well did he do there? As they were up quickly to try and nail him, he just spun clear. Now, Proctor off the Taylor flat ball. Another penalty. It's an 8-point margin, so do you take the 2, make it a 6-point game or not? Still a long way to go.
Well, while they're down to 12, let's get a try.
Get the try.
He's due back in about 3 minutes, I think, Luke Keary.
Whitbread wants it. A 20-year-old who's been playing with Burley in the Intrust Cup. Wallace for a double! He's got another one, the big man! Jared Wallace leading from the front tonight for the Titans.
I have a try. Check the impact of the lead runner there on the defender sliding across.
Okay, let's not get excited until we go through the bunker. Ryan James is the man that's gone through.
What do you think, Titans fans? Is that a try for our boys?
Maria Hargreaves thinks he was wronged. You got the last one, Neil. What do you see?
Oh. It's in the space past him. Sits outside the B defender, but
Looking to assess the impact of Ryan James.
Well, his outside shoulder.
there's no doubt it holds him up a bit.
Ryan
He
James
plays.
runs to the outside shoulder of Jared Hargreaves
He just
and
checks
causes
him.
an obstruction. We have a decision.
This will go down well. Let's see, Bus. They are blowing up Deluxe, not for the first time tonight, but the bunker really had no other choice. Denied the double is Wallace.
Yeah, when it's so close to the line, you've just got to keep the ball off the grass there. I think it's a fair enough decision.
No, they couldn't have gone any other way. Once he took the outside shoulder and there was contact and Ryan James stopped in the line, that was it. even though it was debatable whether he was getting across to make any sort of impact on Jared Wallace, who was past him by that stage. Again, the lead runner, his job, don't stop in the line, don't stop right there, run past.
As you saw, Keary will soon be back out there. Just seconds remain in his stint in the bin. Both teams have lost a man tonight. Remains that 8-point margin. Madison, big hole here, Butcher, and then he was collared by Branko Lee. Working it down the short side, his friend, the little chip. And taken by Lee again, who got back from marker. Proctor staying down for the time being. He's okay, though.
That's nice play from Madison. And Madison was the man that did the work on the inside to give Butcher that bit of space there. He's done a good job, Brian Madison, filling in the absence of Luke Keary over the last 10 minutes, just taking a little bit of control around the ruck as the ball player.
Brimson again trying that little spin move, but Friend, such a tenacious tackler, stopped him.
Well, he's asked some questions, hasn't he, Brimson? He just keeps trying.
James eventually. Taylor looking for an extravagant 40-20, and Ferguson across to shut down that angle. Look for the banana to angle it towards touch, but it was a tough ask.
There's Keary at dummy half.
They still believe they can win this, the Gold Coast Titans. Plenty of talk, plenty of energy, and plenty of belief in their play.
Yeah, there's certainly time on the clock. Need to make something happen shortly, but...
Friend quickly. Great dart out of dummy half. Stopped by Rain. Taukeaho only just returned. Friend again kicking. Sammy elected to let it bounce. That allowed Friend to get to him for no gain on the return. Gordon. They've got to go 70. The Gold Coast Titans. If they want to score on this set, Rain. Hurrell has a go. A lot of dummy half stuff from the Titans. Now they want to shift it right. Brimson on to Taylor. Running with Proctor. And the Roosters' defence. Trademark. Taylor goes to Brimson, who was a little hurried. He had a bit more room than that. Ferguson nearly lost it, able to secure the take somehow. Almost horizontal when he gathered it.
That's a big take. 6 minutes to go on the clock, 8 points behind, and he takes one that was swirling around. It looked like he'd missed that, but had to just dive as it hit the ground. That's a terrific take from Blake Ferguson.
He's been very good tonight, hasn't he? Very safe under the ball. A couple of strong carries.
Well, you're always thinking at least an error from Blake Ferguson, at least an error during the 80 minutes. He's been absolutely perfect tonight.
Getting up towards 150 metres run tonight. A little down on his standards, but he's done it when it's counted tonight. Now Keary elects to keep it central. Taukeaho almost overran it. And Gordon able to take it safely, but they were inside not inside the 10. They just held him down for too long, so they can get upfield with the touch finder. Had to wait for Wallace to get back on side.
He's sucking in the big ones.
Understandably, they say to Hurrell, just tap it and go and get us into enemy territory. Rain, little look down the short side, got to stay in the field of play, and he does. Strong, nuggety player. Now Sammy tries to get the light stepping in amongst the big men. Fodawaker, he's going to take them on. Now's the time to put on a set play. Taylor He's going to kick for his winger. Oh, clever by Ikuvalu, who knew Sammy was in the vicinity. He took no chances.
And that's the sort of kick that Ash Taylor just loves, that real precision kick. He tried to lob that into the lap of Philip Sammy over the top of Ikuvalu. Well played by the young man. This knocks it dead, played it safe, got it out of there. Now is the time.
Must happen very, very soon. And have to score on back-to-back sets. You'd reckon. Latu. Who's taking ownership right now? Both halves are issuing instructions. Taylor gets the first chance to turn Fodawaker inside. Now they might think about two if they get a penalty. Fans baying for one there. Flat ball for Matthews, who's coughed it up, and that'll suck the life out of Seabus. Not the night Will Matthews was after, deputising for Hipgrave on an edge.
Yeah, that just ran their comeback into a dead end. The drop ball, tackle 3. Brimson, flat ball there to Will Matthews. Well, it's come free, and it's a Roosters ball. The bottom line, he looked up with a look of bemusement there, Will Matthews.
Here's Momirovski, who was the first debutant to get on the score sheet for the Roosters. 3 first gamers scoring on debut. Might be an NRL record. And we'll check that in the coming days.
Fodawaker wasn't on debut. This is his 9th game, but it's his first try.
Yeah. 3 players from the same team scoring in their debut performance. Matt Russell called it the debutante's ball, and it has proved to be.
And the great Aaron Wallace from Fox Sports Stats has already had his head in the books. He can't find it. We think it's a first.
And there's Keary. He's helping to ice the game right now. Titans aren't exactly getting there with much purpose to stop the clock.
Yeah, that was smart play.
Yeah, good solid set, wasn't it? Roll down the field, put it out, and load up, rest up, get a defensive set in, put the pressure on the Titans. The leaders have been pretty good, the experience there tonight. Friend, Hargraves, Ferguson at the back, Keary. They needed to be 2 with the youngsters out there.
Yeah, it needed the senior men to step up. There's the meters. Taukeaho, the best for the Roosters and for the game. Blake Ferguson also up there.
Sammy joins the line. Branko Lee, thought he'd spotted a hole. Tackle made. Momirovski able to complete it down low. Rain says where to next. Taylor slipped out of 1. Keeps it alive, and coming across was Butcher to make the tackle before they could really get motoring. Now the inside ball. Taukeaho. Somehow Gordon got out of that tackle, and the pass from Matthews was behind his man. Hurrell was unmarked on the wing. He knew he was out there and just couldn't find Conrad Hurrell.
Well, Brimson again. There's Will Matthews. I don't think there wasn't much wrong with the pass. I just think Conrad was just too flat.
The pre-season premiership favourites, the Roosters, about to go inside the top 4 for the first time since round 3. They were pre-season premiership favourites. Brandy, where to from here for the Roosters? Next stop, Manly at Brookvale.
It's a big clash. Manly just knocked off by the Storm last night by a point, but they're hard to beat at Brookvale Oval. And the Roosters-Seagulls clash is always a good one, produces some great footy. Sunday Arvo at Brookvale Oval. What a ripper.
Don't forget, right after this, still plenty more to come on Fox League. Sunday night with Matty Johns. After this one, as Friend couldn't quite keep it in, but he found touch. Tupou was interested. And that'll do us. Seconds ticking away. Titans, I'm not sure they're that interested in stopping the clock. And a professional job done by an understrength Sydney Roosters. The rookies for the Roosters tonight. 3 debutants, all come up with tries, including that 19-year-old halfback stepping in for Cooper Cronk, Sean O'Sullivan, Paul Momirovski, and Poasa Farmasili with a night they'll never forget. The Roosters win it and go into the top 4, 20 points to 12.